The 6 major signs someone envies you. Have you ever gotten this weird vibe from someone like they just weren't as happy for you as they should be? Like they almost seemed annoyed or put off by your success or good news? Chances are you were picking up on the toxic energy of envy. Envy is one of those insidious, damaging undercurrents that can poison relationships and stifle your growth if you let it fester. Whether it's a work colleague feeling threatened by your achievements, a family member jealous of your lifestyle, or a friend covertly competing with you, envious people can drag you down with their negativity and resentment if you aren't careful. The tough part is that most enviers are masters at disguising their envy in subtle, underhanded ways. They know if they outright say, "I'm jealous of you," it'll make them look petty and small. So they use all sorts of crafty tactics to express their bitterness passive-aggressively. In this video, I'm going to break down the 6 major signs you're dealing with an envier, so you can spot those toxic vipers from a mile away. Once you recognize the red flags, you'll have the power to protect your energy and stop envious people from holding you back. If you find this topic interesting and want to avoid falling victim to toxic envy, be sure to subscribe so you get more insightful videos like this. Sign 1. Patronizing advice. Our first red flag of envy is when someone tries disguising their bitterness as concern by giving you unsolicited, patronizing advice. For example, let's say you share some exciting career news, and your envious colleague says, "Oh, you'd better be careful. A lot of extra responsibility comes with promotions like that. I'm just looking out for you." Or your entrepreneurial friend downplays your new business venture by sarcastically saying, "Well, as long as you have a fallback plan if this whole thing doesn't work out." An envious parent might rain on their child's parade after getting into a great college with gems like, "I hope you can really handle the coursework there. It's not going to be easy." The bitter undertone in this advice is clear. They're trying to poke holes in your happiness to make themselves feel better. It's not actual concern. It's thinly veiled jealousy masked as wise wisdom. Sign 2. Nitpicking and criticism. Another classic sign of envy. Suddenly getting nitpicky and overly critical of everything you do. Think about it. If someone feels inadequate compared to you, a way for them to cope is by attempting to tear you down. This could look like your coworker bombarding your work with petty critiques that they never gave a rip about before, like scrutinizing fonts and formatting on your reports. Your appearance, style choices, partner, hobbies, everything opens to increasingly hostile judgment from an envious friend or relative. Even small accomplishments you're proud of get diminished with patronizing comments like, "Sure, Jan, good for you." It's like they'll grasp at any straw to poke holes in your life and what you've achieved, because seeing you successful makes them feel even more miserable about themselves. Sign 3. Passive aggression and fake smiles. Enviers also love using passive aggression as an outlet for their ugliness. The poisonous blend of sarcasm, gossip, and fake smiles lets them express their jealousy indirectly. Some examples: passing off cruel jokes or impersonations of you as just kidding around. Masking insults as compliment like, "Wow, look who cleaned up nicely for once." Smiling and congratulating you to your face, but then trash-talking you behind your back. Using a sweet tone while making underhanded digs like, "I'm sure your way must be easier, but this is just what works for me." The fake kindness and niceties are their way of passing off their potshots as harmless, but their passive-aggressive energy just reeks of envy. Sign 4. Dismissive body language. Sometimes, an envious person's body language gives them away before they even open their mouth. They just can't hide their disgust and resentment when they see you, like immediately rolling their eyes and looking away when you enter a room, tensing up with arms crossed and avoiding eye contact when forced to talk to you, letting out exaggerated sighs and scowls if you share any positive news, going dead silent and stone-faced when others celebrate your accomplishments. Their non-verbal cues just scream, "I can't stand that you're doing better than me." It's so transparent how your joy and success just irks them at their core. Sign 5. Constant one-upmanship. Enviers also love to play the toxic game of non-stop humble bragging and one-upmanship. So if you share a cool experience, they have to raise the stakes with something bigger, better. Like, you went on a nice vacation and they hit you with a long-winded vacation story about their ultra-exclusive luxury resort. Or if you achieved a career milestone, they have to remind you about how much more elite their job title or salary is. You buy a sleek new car and suddenly their boring Honda is much safer and better for the environment. Your kid gets into a good college, but their angel got into an even more prestigious program. It's this juvenile competition where they simply can't let your accomplishments stand. They have to constantly amplify and embellish to steer the attention back on themselves. Sign 6. Striking when you're down. Lastly, the pettiest of enviers get giddy when you're struggling or failing, almost like it vindicates their jealousy. So if you're going through any low points like job troubles, they kick you while you're down with comments like, Perhaps this line of work just isn't for you. Relationship issues? They revel in the gossip and imply they knew it was doomed all along. Deals gone bad or losses, they're sure to "I told you so" as much as humanly possible. Basically, your envious friend or frenemy gets a childish thrill from the few moments they can feel superior, even if it's through your suffering. Because ultimately that's all envy is, a low-vibe emotion rooted in deep insecurity and lack. Detecting the toxic red flags of envy is crucial for protecting your peace and forward momentum in life. When you can identify this destructive energy for what it is, you gain the power to distance yourself accordingly. So learn to spot the signs before an envious snake has a chance to strike, and subscribe for more videos on creating healthy relationships and leaving toxic ones behind. Wishing you all the joy and success without the side of jealous haters holding you back.